Dumelang, it's Vinky. Welcome to another fire episode of the Mobile School Podcast. Remember, don't like, don't share, don't discuss, don't comment, don't tell your friends. No. Don't do that, man. Nobody cares. Today, I just wanted to touch on the issue of attention seeking online and how it's going to destroy a lot of you guys. And a lot of you don't realize that one thing about the internet is that it doesn't forget. So you can tweet all you like now about how much you hate Ramaphosa, how much you love Hemen Mashaba, or you hate uh, Julius Malema. But we live in such a society where things that you've tweeted a long time ago cannot be forgiven. People will remind you. So even if you say, hey, I didn't like Ramaphosa, I felt like I was being a shitty president, which he is at the current moment. Like I would say, Ramaphosa is the shittiest president we've ever had. Nko, you make me sick. You make me nar. Now I get it when colored people say you make me nar. Like now I know what they mean. Like they mark me nar. But it's not about you, man. It's never about you. Hopefully you'll be removed and life will go on as miserable as it is. It's just you. There's something about you that makes me go, and not that the ANC is gonna change anything. Remember, vote EFF all day, every day. So what happened today, there was this issue about a South African entrepreneur praising a president who was wearing his shoes, and somebody pulled out his tweets where he was like, oh, we should assassinate this person, or I don't like this person because it's corrupt, and was like out talking about Jacob Zuma, which is true. Jacob Zuma was a corrupt motherfucker, but he's not president anymore. He's getting old, and as soon as you try to say something about him today, people are like, but remember what you said. But this applies not only to people that are like known in society, like the guy who makes shoes, look out, but also to you. Companies are now starting to look at your social media to see what type of ideas you have. So you cannot talk about transphobia. Yes, you should take your time to check what am I saying about transphobia before you decide to delete this video. You cannot talk about transgender. You cannot talk about blue pill, black pill type of thing where like people like Andrew Tate are like taking over, because people judge you based on your social media. So you can have your Finsta, you can have 2 accounts on Twitter where you can have your opinion, but one day people will find out and then it's gonna destroy you. So we saw it with like how easy it is like people to turn against you. It happened with the VC of Cape Town University, the University of Cape Town, when she tweeted like, oh, doing your nails is a vanity, I won't waste my money. And people were like, yo, she didn't even tell you. You love attention. Like that's like some attention loving nonsense that she was on. But it's become unforgivable. Every time she tweets something, people are like, you still haven't apologized to that woman who didn't tag you and you decided to crap on her for promoting her business. But it's this new thing of everyone thinking that if there's a camera in front of you, you need to say something. Okay, I know that's rich coming from me, considering that there's a camera in front of me and I'm talking. But if you're a public figure like the Minister of Health in Limpopo, running her fucking mouth about Zimbabweans being a strain on our health system, like, dog, we're not idiots. We are not idiots. Don't ever think we are idiots. The South African health system has been shit for the past 10 years. You guys are not going to talk about the guy who bought skinny jeans there in the East Rand or West Rand. Who cares about all those rands? You guys are not going to talk about how in Baga we don't have enough doctors. You guys are not going to talk about how our education system is letting people do subjects that are not going to put them in those type of industries where we're going to get people who are like doctors in cancer, oncology, dentists, doctor of philosophy. Like, come on. Our healthcare sector is being trashed, dog. Like, you cannot blame Zimbabweans for coming to South Africa to look for healthcare and telling them to go back to look for healthcare in their own country, when you as a South African, I promise you, go to any hospital today, you will leave within like 2 hours, because everything is just falling apart. Everything is falling apart. There's no water in these hospitals. Like you cannot. That's why a lot of you are doing private. If the South African healthcare system was this great, private healthcare wouldn't be growing at the rate that it's growing. So stop lying that our healthcare is being tripled by Zimbabweans. No, 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 no. It just proves that you guys are just xenophobic. And I've been saying this, like, even when there was that issue of like women getting raped and you're like, it's Nigerians, and then it came out like it's not Basotho, it's not Nigerians, there were a few South Africans, you guys kept quiet. So that's the part that makes me realize that you guys are just xenophobic. But on the issue of healthcare, is that we all know these factors. So don't treat your life away trying to make points online because you think you're making a point, and the people that like those likes don't mean anything. You are not getting paid for those likes and retweets. So be careful what you retweet. Like attention seeking on social media is going to be the death of you. Some of you, that woman who got fired by Apple for telling people what to go do on their settings, and it's like, why would you do that? You work for us, you shouldn't tell people how to block advertising, all these things. But that's the issue, where it's like everybody just wants this 2-minute fame. And I get it. We live in social media where people are making millions for just being famous on social media. So everybody's trying to be like, oh, I'm that guy who talks about phones. I'm that guy who tells you how to hack the Apple phone. I'm that guy. And then you start making money and everybody thinks, no, everybody can make money. It's 1 out of 10 million chances that you will be that one person that's known for this one thing online and people come to you and give you money. We saw how it went down for people who are doing makeup. You don't see a lot of people who are doing makeup. Face beads are out of fashion now. What are you guys gonna do? Attention seeking. You're gonna have to take your shirt off, show some titty, show some ass. We appreciate that. Not that I'm a pervert, but hey, if it's there, I like it. But we need to stop with this attention-seeking mindset that we have of thinking that whatever we say online is not going to affect life outside. Because like Dave Chappelle said, Twitter is not a real place. So stop thinking that you need to put all your opinions online. There might be a whole lot of things you disagree with. There might be a whole lot of things you agree with. But remember, you're dealing with idiots. So they will still disagree with you just to make a point that, no, I belong on this camp, because it's like a camp thing. Like, I'm on this camp, you're on this camp. But it has become sad to see people lose their careers, people lose their platform, people lose their status in community because they were okay with having a phone in front of them and saying some stupid shit. And you might be like, yo, but you're doing the same thing on your podcast. This is not a podcast. I'm an independent TED Talk. How about you?